Welcome everybody to the Engineering Committee meeting at 4 o'clock. Please stand for the pledge. Ready to begin? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I have one that I had at home. Is this the same? There's no changes? Okay. Roll call, both directors and staff, and on the staff is here. Approval of agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
Okay, I approve the agenda.
Seconded. Motion carries, I guess, huh? Unanimous consent.
Yeah.
Is there any public online?
No members of the public online or in person.
No public online or in person. Thank you. Approval of minutes. Did you have any changes to the minutes?
I did not.
Staff have any changes to the minutes?
No, we don't.
No? Move the minutes?
Move the minutes.
Minutes are approved. Item 4, OSD recharge study.
There's no update on number 4.
No update to number 4. So we have the test, the monitoring wells are in,
Correct.
and that's as far as they've gotten so
And
far.
we're awaiting their data from those.
And we're still waiting for the data. Okay. Number 5, discussion regarding water system.
Okay. So recently, the SCADA server was completed and updated, and that was carryover from last May 5th, 2021 is when that went for the board approval. It took that long to receive. We received it early in January. Installation and programming took several months on top of the many months it took to receive that. The interior at tank 1A3, the recoding has been completed. We've sold 32 meters this year to date since January 1st. We've replaced 118 services, and that was as of the 1st of May. 2,723 meters, so getting close, right about 40%, 39–40% of the district has been converted over to new census meters. Booster maintenance, hot and heavy, 3B booster A, 4B booster A, 5B booster A, 7B booster A, and 7B booster B. The interior, we had divers out cleaning the interior of the Zone G reservoir. That's complete. And the Wilson Ranch Road Pipeline Protection Project. We got some drone images and still photos. The video clip will be coming to the board next week. So there are several pictures there towards the back of the report.
You want to highlight them for us?
Sure. I'll start in the beginning. Just some aerials. We ended up bringing in about 4,200 ton of class 2 base, and that was spread. You kind of get a close-up photo number 4 on page 9, down towards the bottom.
So the first 2 are what, before and after, or what?
No, those are just as the material's going down. You can see the alignment just very straight.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't show the depth all that.
Almost looks like road base.
That is exactly what it is, road base. And then if you look in photo 5, page 10 towards the top, kind of gives you a good sense of the depth being brought in. You know, anywhere from a few inches to a couple of feet were required for that project. The bottom photo there on 10 kind of gives you a before and after. On page 11, down towards the bottom, a real nice after product. And the top photo there kind of gets you a sense of the dump truck. Way towards the south there, kind of a before as we're working our way that way. So we have some video of before, during, and after coming for the next board meeting.
So I drive up EB occasionally. This was kind of like EB where you're looking out your window about level with ground level and the car's about 3 feet down. Is that what it
That's
was?
exactly what it was like. Yeah,
Okay.
that is a great synopsis. Just years of folks and natural erosion occurring, people grading the road. So instead of us digging what's there deeper, we just bring this material in and cut a little swale to the road. So instead of channeling and cutting, it disperses wide, hopes to slow the velocity and cutting. So
Try to get a sheet flow instead of a.
yeah.
Okay.
And down towards sundown, just as we arrived on site, there was collars for the AC exposed as we got there. So definitely.
Just in time.
Yeah. A massive improvement.
Because I've gone up EB a few times. It's at least 3 feet down. I mean.
Yep. There was portions of Wilson Ranch that were much the same. That's no more, especially down through the wash. And that's highlighted in page 10, that upper photo. I think that's kind of in reference to what you're speaking of, where the roadbed, you can see where.
Yeah, you can see where the telephone pole is and the roads way.
Yeah, so we just color between the lines, start filling it in.
Yeah.
And that material locks in really nice. There's some concrete powder in there. It is class 2 base.
Yeah.
So we had water trucks and equipment. 4,200 ton made its way into that road. So hopefully it'll protect the road.
Should pack down well, so.
Hopefully protect the pipe for many years to come.
Good. Yeah. Looks good.
It was about a third the cost to do it this way versus dig pipes deeper. So that's the major advantage for us.
Yeah. Silly to dig when you can just fill in on top. I agree.
And we've completed the pump efficiencies, and that helps. We noticed the efficiency at 5B booster B was extremely low. What does that mean? Wasn't moving a whole lot of water. So we troubleshoot it. Why? The recirculation valve on the pump, the diaphragm ended up having a hole in it. So as we do those efficiencies, we look at the pump efficiency and the flow, and that helps us find problems like that.
So we used to get credits from Edison for running efficiencies and stuff. Do they still do that?
There is an incentive program to rebuild your inefficient pumps. They had that suspended for years. They're bringing it back right now. 3 years ago was the last time they had it around. We had an application penned for over 6 months, and then we retracted the application because we needed our pumps back in service. But they are starting to bring back those incentive programs. So they want us to establish a baseline, and we do that. We've utilized Pump Check for the last several years. Edison was actually out today to establish the baseline for their program. We're having them start on the wells. We'll move into the boosters so we can hopefully apply for those credits.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, anything else on item 5? Any questions, comments? No? All right. Smithson Springs update?
The flow's 2.5 GPM at the upper weir and 2 at the lower, and nothing really new up there.
Weeds haven't grown back quite yet.
Not quite yet. They're just starting to.
Yep. All right. State regulations update, item 7.
So if you look at this table, this is what we're working on right now. This is going to be our become an annual thing. It's our estimate for what our demand is going to be for the next year. This is something that we're still working on. We just received the guidelines about a week and a half ago, and we still are going to meet with MWA's consultant next week. And the numbers are probably going to be really similar to this. They might change a little bit. But this is kind of what we're looking at. We're not anticipating any type of shortage, obviously. But this is something that we'll submit to the state. The governor has requested that we submit a preliminary report by June 1st, and then our final report by July 1st. So we just brought it to you guys as just preliminary because we're going to be doing a presentation next week to the full board regarding the executive order. and this is part of it.
Okay, so I see table 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, so 3 is our supply. Our supply obviously is always going to match our demand. Table 2 is the breakdown of our different categories as far as demand goes.
Okay, hold on. Supply is demand. You can supply what the demand is.
Well, that's what we do because we rely obviously on groundwater.
Yeah. They need information on imported water because there's an issue with that.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's table 3 is just, okay, then table 2 is water demand. What is this now? This breaks it down into the different,
Categories, yeah, and that's so we can account for things like our losses, so that we can summarize that and give more of an accurate picture of what our supply is. And then if you'll notice on
so the white squares with the typing should match what's in the green.
Well, the green on the first table should match the green on the second table.
Yeah, and in July, all of those numbers should match 401, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then on the bottom, there is 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, last year. So they want a running total also, okay?
Yeah, and that's optional, but, we feel like it's helpful, obviously, because of the sharp increase that we've had in demand over the past year.
Uh-huh. Okay. Table 4.
So another component that they want to see is, because we're going to be moving into a stage 2, and we're being requested to conserve a certain amount of water, they want to see us project the amount that we think we can conserve and what kind of surplus that gives us comparatively to previous years.
What does surplus mean?
Well, to us, it doesn't really mean a whole lot
Okay.
because, but on paper.
Okay. All right, so what do you have here? Let's see. Anticipated demand, anticipated water supply, 0.
Yeah, and you'll see in May, there's a 1, but I think there's something wrong with the table because.
May is 1. State standard shortage level, yeah, we're not short, so. Okay. WSCP actions, what's WSCP?
Water shortage contingency plan.
Okay. And
So that's the amount that they're going to be reduced by, is what you're anticipating, right?
That's what, yeah, we're supposed to estimate how much we think we could conserve.
3%?
Well, that's, yeah.
That's what's in here now, yeah.
Right.
So I'm curious, they have breakdowns for community water, fire department, flush line tank, school. How about like medians and,
Those,
that would be 0 for us.
right, those are all,
Sidewalk and stuff is almost nil. I mean,
Right.
if we start showing that, it eliminates, I mean, it removes some of the concepts that, oh, you can just reduce 10%.
mhm.
Because we don't even have any of that here, so.
Yeah, those are actually, we choose those categories, so those are options, medians, et cetera, but because we don't have any of those, we didn't include any of them.
Well, I was just saying, if you emphasize some of the things that we don't have, maybe they'll
Yeah, take that
understand
into
that,
consideration.
So do they even look at that?
to reduce
do.
much is.
Is difficult, yeah, and that's, if you look at the last table, limit landscape
Is
irrigation.
that table 5?
Yes. Limit landscape irrigation, obviously in this area, there's not a whole lot of landscape, so, if we were, say, Rancho or something, that would be a much higher percentage that we could conserve there, but
Yeah, I mean, when I was working for the city of Riverside, oh yeah, they had to cut 15%. Well, they just converted a bunch of the medians and into dryscape,
Yeah.
and they saved it without even affecting people,
Right.
so.
And these all, actions, these are all taken out of our urban water management plan on the water shortage contingency portion of it. With the exception, sorry, of the very last one, the 15%. That is what we're hoping, will be reduced with, Operation Hammer Strike over the course of the year.
Okay. Yeah, that would include water theft and illegal grows,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah, and that is what has caused the 15% spike in our production.
Isn't it more than that? 15% doesn't seem like it's very much.
That's, yeah, that's what it was last year.
Okay.
So this, none of these are doing calculations for baseline home use, like the 50, 55 gallons per minute?
No,
Type.
this is completely separate from that.
Okay. I was thinking about that. Now, at least for my house, December, usually November too, but at least December, January, February, and usually March, I don't have any drip. I turn the water off completely on the outside. And so using those months, I think the vast majority of people probably do that because it gets so cold up here. Using those months as baselines for, house consumption probably could be a pretty good standard to use.
Yeah.
And develop some kind of average for that.
Right, and that's what we're gonna be requested to do, is look at an average, residential use over the course of a year.
Yeah, well, because if you take those months and then extrapolate it over the year, now in the summer, you'd probably use a little more, I guess, because you're gonna drink more, make ice, things like
Yeah,
that,
swamp
swamp coolers, things like that. But you could easily project out what is internal house use and what is external.
Mhm.
Okay. But that's coming.
That's coming.
Yeah, I'm putting a well for Rancho Cucamonga. They have flashing, road lights up saying, severe drought, we have to save 20% or something like that, because they're putting the well in because their allotment's gonna be cut to nothing, I guess.
Yeah, I
They're
don't know
gonna
if you
have
heard
to-
about Met.
They have to go to groundwater. Yeah, Met's getting 5% of their allotment, so yeah, everybody's starting to scramble right now. Okay. Any other questions on that? Anything else for state regulations and update
No, just what we're gonna be bringing next week to the board.
to the board? Okay. All right, item number 8, review of current projects. That's probably George.
Yes, it is. There isn't any new news to report for the Pressure Zone 6 project. That's part of the CIP for next fiscal year. Is that main line on Pinion Hills Road on the west side of our district on the upper end by Smithton Springs. So, but with the new well number 15, at the next board meeting, we'll be presenting the CEQA. Tom Dawson will be in attendance to present the CEQA report for public hearing. And then we'll also have an adoption for that, as well as the sole source resolution for contract with Southwest.
So that CEQA is for the new well north
For wells
of
15 and 16.
and plus a site on the Sheep Creek property, correct?
That's correct, yes. With that being said, we have a few months before we move forward with the pipeline, going out to bid on that project, soon after the well has been tested and pumped and.
Did the CEQA include the pipeline?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So two well sites plus connecting it up. Okay.
Yes, we're excited about this big project. It's been a while since we've had a project like this.
Has anybody here worked on a new water well in the district?
Not this city.
All right, well, get experience in hooking up a new well.
And that's correct.
Yeah, you've done a few.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right, you have.
Yeah, I've only been involved on the consulting side of the project.
When you were with Wilson, did you work on some wells?
Yes, we did, for Victor Valley Water District.
Victor Valley?
Yes. Man, that was back in the 90s.
You're not supposed to give time. That's dating yourself. Okay, anything else for items 8, item 8 with the projects? Nothing on Zone 6 and presenting the CEQA at the next board meeting to be approved for new well 15.
Yes, nothing more to report on that.
Any other comments or
No.
questions? All right, number 9, staff reports.
No staff reports to report.
Have nothing to add.
No updates, everything is running good.
Mhm.
Item 10, review of action items, prior meeting. Current meeting. Don't think we have anything. All right, makes it easy. Setting the agenda for the next meeting is June 8th, 2022. Is there anything to add or subtract from our current list?
I
No?
believe so.
All right. We'll leave the agenda as it is. Any last comments? I see the general manager's arrived. Thank you, everybody. At that, we will adjourn at 4:25. Thank you.